So I've been a photographer for 25 years plus, and I've always really enjoyed playing with light and trying to get the most out of challenging lighting situations. And one of the things I've always really struggled with is when I want to provide a practical light, a small practical light, particularly one with some sort of RGB in a scene, either through a photo or video, gelling lights has always been a challenge. Oftentimes the gel is not quite the right color. If you need motion in those lights, it's often challenging to really get that out of something with gel. So what I've always been looking for is a good, small, practical, inexpensive RGB light. And I think I may have just found that. So this is the Mivitar Boling P1 RGB LED video light. Bi-color on-camera light with built-in battery. That's how Amazon describes it. It is a very well-built, all-metal construction LED RGB light. What caught my eye about this was not that it's anything special. RGB LED lights have been out for a long time. The price was relatively decent, but the hinge mechanism really caught my eye. I was kind of surprised when I opened the box and found that it was much more well constructed than I really thought was possible at this price point. So this is a $150-ish LED light, but this is the hinge. It's a friction fit. You can see it's got multiple quarter 20s all the way around. It's got quarter 20s even at this hinge, and the arm is almost infinitely adjustable. You can move it down there, say put a camera hot shoe adapter in there, mount it on your DSLR, your camcorder, use it as a regular video light, or you can spin it this way, mount it on your camcorder that way, get a little more height, or you could mount the camera hot shoe there, mount it in on your light down there, or on your camera down there. It's a very movable, very flexible arm system that I've never seen integrated into a video light before. It is a friction arm. There are Allen keys for adjusting the friction level. This light has a diffusion layer on top of the LEDs, which I don't know that I would have chosen, but since you have to sort of grab the light to move it around, it kind of makes some sense. On the top of the light, you'll see a USB-C charging point, a sliding on and off switch, and then on the side, you'll actually see a set button, is what they're calling it, a function wheel, and then a dimming knob. So let's go ahead and turn it on and show you the modes it has. So when you start it up, it's starting up in traditional color temperature mode. So from here I can adjust the brightness. I'll go down pretty low so it doesn't blow out the camera here. If you push down on the function wheel, it allows you to change color temperature. So this has 8500K and 2500K LEDs mixed into a matrix to give you the mix between to get whatever white color temperature you need. You can see a battery indicator, a dimming indicator. It's not the most responsive to the actual changing in the dimming knob. There's a little lag there, but you can kind of get used to it. I do not know what the TLCI or CRI of this light is. It doesn't list it on the product page. It does list that it gets about 140 minutes on full power on a charge, which is pretty impressive for a light like this. If you click the set button from the traditional white, you get the RGB mode. So let me turn the brightness up here. If you push down or up on the function wheel, you can actually cycle between the different colors that are available. Let's go to a nice deep green, then into cyans, and then blues, then back into purple, and then as we get up to closer to 360, we'll go back into red. And then you can see it swings back around to the red color temperature. On the back, you can actually see the scale here, and there's numbers. They're not really easily seen on camera, but you can kind of see the 360 available options. So you can use that as a reference guide if you need to. If you push in on the function wheel, you'll get to saturation, and from there you can change the saturation of the color that you're actually on. Pretty useful, pretty neat. Click set again, and you end up in simulation mode. So this is simulated lightning that's happening now. If I pull down on the function wheel again, we'll get faster simulated lightning. Pull it down again, we'll get C under simulated lightning, which is actually not simulated lightning. What it is actually a effect that simulates what a TV looks like. So if I switch to camera 1 here and sort of shine it on the background, you can see how that's simulating a random image provided by television. So I thought that was pretty neat. You push in on the function button again, and what you're given is a cycle of the entire RGB spectrum. So you get 3 different ways to do this. One is the A mode is just a slow cycle. If we pull down on the wheel again, we get a faster cycle of RGB. Pull it down again, we get a simulated fire. So let me switch back to this here. See, it's kind of flickering and getting dimmer and brighter. So that is a simulated fire. You know, I think that's not incredibly realistic, but it's okay. You push it in again, and you get a simulated police car, reds and blues and different flashing patterns. Pull down the function wheel, we get more of a European police light simulation. Pull it down again, we get a fire truck simulated. Hit set again, and we're back to the color temperature mode. So like I said before, this uses a matrix of yellow and white LEDs, which you can kind of see there. So yellow meaning the 2500K and white meaning the I've got it dimmed a little bit low, it's flickering. But if you I don't know how easy it's going to be, but basically it provides a mix of those 2 color temperatures, 50 or 8500K and 2500K, to give you the color temperature that you need in white mode. It's a pretty well-built device. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting a whole lot for this price point, but the all-metal construction, the healthy weight, and the accessories it includes. So included in the box with the light, you've got a carry case, which has belt loops on the back for, you know, strapping onto a camera bag or whatever. In here is a pretty ingenious Allen wrench storage mechanism. So there's an Allen wrench that's stored inside this little case, and you'll use that for adjusting the tension on the friction arms. And then in addition to that, you get a hot shoe adapter and a USB-C charging cable. I've played around with this a little bit. I received it today, and I just wanted to share it with you so quickly. It's a very well built. I mean, all the casing feels very well built. This plastic on the front may be a little fragile. I'd probably want to be easy with that. The buttons are solid clicking. This function wheel isn't my favorite device. It has a push-in functionality and a rotational functionality, which is a little fiddly. I don't know how well that's going to hold up over time. The dimming knob is extremely accurate, or extremely durable feeling, but the function, I'm not too sure. USB-C, which is the way everything should charge. Nothing should charge without USB-C at this point. Anyway, I think this is a great little video light. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to use it for some projects I've got coming up. In addition to that, I'm going to provide a link down in the description of this video where you can find this light. I think it's selling for about $150, which is pretty aggressive for all metal built-in battery RGB light. I do not know what the color rendition of this particular LED lamp is, but I will give it a shot against some of my aperture lights, and I've got some falconized lights I'll try it out against and see how well the color matches up. But I'm going to try using this in some unique situations. I think it's going to be particularly good for product videography, B-roll, things like that. So thank you for watching. This is Ethan with Digital Bits. I appreciate you taking the time to watch a video. If this is the type of content that you'd like to see in the future, please consider subscribing. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.